Welcome to the very first episode of Beneath the Kotatsu, where we will be talking about anime and maybe anime adjacent stuff. My name is On, and next to me is my co-host James.
Hey, what's
Uh,
up?
s- yep. So since this is the very first episode, I kind of want to do like a little thing where we introduce ourselves, but I kind of want to do it in a way where instead of just like the normal way of introducing ourselves, I kind of want you to give me three animes I wouldn't say your favorite anime, just three animes you really like at the top of your head, three animes you really like right now.
Just from this current season,
No, just any anime.
everything. So, sure, Hunter x Hunter, uh, Air Gear, and then Evangelion or
Air
Evangelion,
Gear.
however you
Well,
pronounce that.
why Air Gear?
It's one of the ones that really stuck out to me. Just
Really?
yeah, that's one of the ones that I've absolutely always remembered. That's like a go-to recommendation point.
Hmm. You know what? I never expected Air Gear. That's just such a random anime, right?
Dude, the openings were so good. That was part of
Huh.
it. It was a whole package. I'm just sad that it never really finished out in the anime.
Yeah, it stopped like mid arc, didn't it? Right? If I remember
Something
correctly.
like that. It's been a while, so I don't exactly remember what all happened at the end.
Probably over a decade, right? It's a old anime.
Super long time.
Oh yeah. I guess for me, a good three animes I would choose is it's gonna be weird because two of them are food anime.
Oh god.
Uh, it's gonna be Isekai Shokudo.
hmm
Um, I don't know, I just really like the anime. Yakitate Japan, and the one I really like this season is Eurocamp. It's because it's just a nice, chill, cozy anime.
Isekai Shokudo, that was the one with that random door opening up to the bar. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
fantastic.
I I think the reason I like it so much is just because every episode was good on its own. Like it's very rare you find an anime you like literally every episode.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
with a lot of other
yeah.
anime, you have episodes to build up, and some of the even climax episodes are absolutely garbage.
ex- Exactly. Like I think the reason I like Isekai Shokudo is every episode is contained within like its own story plot
hmm
line. So there's like the build up and the ending are all condensed into one episode. I think that's the reason I really like it so much. And when you watch Isekai Shokudo, you don't even have to watch it in order. You watch it out of order, and it'll still be very good.
Awesome.
Yeah. So this season, the season we're talking about is the 2020 winter anime. We're currently 4 weeks into it, and oh my gosh, there's so many good anime. Especially the isekais. We got around like 8 or 9 of them this season. Um, but going by a quick pick. I kind of want to play a game. I kind of want to play a game.
What?
Where I want you to give me um an anime you really like this season, and instead of telling the people what it's about, we give them a tagline to see if they would want to watch the anime. So when I say tagline, I'm like when you're recommending like a movie to somebody, and it's like, hey, you gotta
Thriller,
watch.
mystery.
No. Like, hey, you gotta watch this movie. It's basically Harry Potter but
No.
with guns.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Tagline. So go ahead, give me an anime you really like this season, and we'll both give some taglines for it.
Just without saying the title?
You, no. Give us the title, and then but don't describe what it's about. We'll just give them taglines.
Sure. Um, oh, jeez, this is so hard. All right, for skate, I'm gonna say air gear with skateboard instead of rollerblades. Does that work?
Oh yeah. If I were to have to give Skate a tagline, I would I would say Yuri on Ice without the ice.
Oh my god, that's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what
That's
it
so much
is.
better than mine.
Go ahead, give it another tagline. Go ahead.
All right, which one?
For Skate, if you do you have any more taglines you could think of?
Oh, jeez. Nah, I think you beat me. I don't think I could beat Yuri on Ice with skateboards. It's like perfectly describes it to me.
That's exactly like that. That's basically what it is. I mean, if I were to have it give another tag, like I know we talked about this recently, but it's basically I know you never watched the movie, but there was this Disney movie called Johnny Tsunami, except it's in reverse. It's Johnny Tsunami in reverse.
Yeah, I just googled it. He's on a skateboard in the snowboarding
No,
area.
no. So Johnny Tsunami is about a kid that lives in Hawaii,
Hmm.
and he's really big into surfing. But then his family moves to like a winter, like a very extremely cold town where it snows all the time. So instead of surfing, he has to go into snowboarding. So it's kind of like the same thing except in reverse. Where for skate, basically the guy used to be a snowboarder, then he go then transitions into
Skateboarding.
skateboarding. Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah,
even call it skateboarding. That's like extreme longboarding.
yeah.
That would
I
be
mean
my
it
tagline: extreme longboarding or shonen
extreme.
longboarding.
So basically air gear.
Yeah, basically.
I think one of my favorite animes for this season. It's there's so many good ones. Okay, I know. Full disclosure, I know we really weren't gonna talk about because of course YouTube has these like crazy guidelines about what you can and can't say for
Hmm.
monetization, but whatever. Um, what was the very you already know which one I'm talking about, the isekai anime. What was the name of it?
All of them.
Uh, you know the one, the one that gets a bit
NSFW,
crazy. Yeah, definitely.
the one where he remembers, like the very first episode, he's the healer
Yeah, the
and
healer.
he
I think it was
betrays
called
his
like
party.
healer something something.
Ah, jeez, that's, let me see. Kaifuku Jutsu no Yari Naoshi,
R-
I believe is the
Right,
name of
right,
it.
right.
It's Aki Fantasy.
Um, so if I were gonna give you a tagline to watch the anime,
Hmm.
one of the things I thought it was like I already told you, but it's basically Goblin Slayer, but if the goblins won.
Oh yeah, that's a good tagline. For me, it would be, how's this airing on television? I mean, they
um,
do release two versions of it, right? They release the censored and then the uncensored a few hours later. I wonder how that works in Japan, like on a
did
different
you?
channel or just online.
I heard it was on a different channel,
Hmm.
but which version did you watch?
Just whatever came out first, the uncensored.
No, the censored version came out first, right?
Yeah, then the
And
uncensored.
then
Sorry.
yeah. I watched both. I watched the censored and the uncensored.
Hmm.
Uh, it's once you watch the censored version feels kind of awful. Like it's basically just a bunch of still frames that kind of like hide the action in the
That's
background.
exactly what I thought on the first and second. I was like, man, these are really good flowers. Oh, this is really nice framing and
Flooring.
crown molding.
Look at this flooring. Oh my god, such nice flooring.
Oh my goodness, what is this audio?
um, okay. Another tagline I really like for the anime is um, RTA any percent hentai taglines. It's basically trying to fill out as many tags as possible.
Basically, it's like
It
we needed to make something lewd to make a lot of money. We need DVD sales of the anime.
basically, you know what I thought was really funny,
What?
is that okay, so I was in the like I was on Reddit and they were talking about the anime, and I remember I was telling you about it, and basically compared to the manga is very tame compared to the anime.
Yeah.
Uh,
And didn't you say
yeah.
that the director was the one that made that call?
Yeah, I think like okay, so if you guys actually go and read the manga, it's very tamed. It's very like it's not as NFSW is compared to the anime. Like the anime is like 5,000% way more crazy compared to the manga is what I gotta say
It's
about
like
that.
the first episode of Goblin Slayer, but every episode is like that.
No, the first what was it?
Scene.
Mm, not se- I guess all the action happened like midway through the half of it, right?
Hmm.
Like the half of Goblin Slayer, the first episode.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
Long time ago when Gundam 00 came out, one of the taglines they had was "There's action in every episode," and that's what reminds me of this. There's action in every episode.
Or your money back guaranteed.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Is there any other animes you really like this season?
this season definitely. Let me go talk about. I already mentioned skate earlier. It's not much to say. It's pretty much extreme skateboarding. Aside from that, Horimiya has been really good so far. I'm 4 episodes into that.
Yeah, yeah. I just finished the fourth episode of Horimiya.
Hmm.
Just to give a preface, we are currently between the 3 and 4 week mark of most anime. So, for the animes we're talking about, they've only had the 3 or 4 episodes released. So that's all we have going for them. But Horimiya feels very ha- I know it's a romance and it's like
It's a
uh
comedy romance, technically.
it,
That's what it has listed.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not as much comedy. I feel like it's a very heavy slice of life feel to it, don't you think?
I mean, that's kind of part of it when you're talking about, school life and,
Yeah,
romance,
but I wouldn't say it's like deep comedy. I feel like it's more like
funny
uh
situations that they get into,
no, 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 no.
awkward
It feels more.
interactions.
I'm not like I'm trying to say it's a dark anime, but it's not dark. It has
No,
very
in no way is it dark.
situations. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to find like a word for it, but it's like a thick situation or like you know what I'm talking about.
A little bit, not really.
Yeah, I don't know the word for it, but it's it's overall a very good anime. Story's good. It's you know like okay, give me a tagline if I've never watched the anime and you're trying to sell me on it.
Mm, Jeez, that's a really tough one again. I'm not really good at the tagline game. Let's see. I think like the thing that would catch you overall would be the dude with the long hair. Uh,
Hmm.
I'd say he's not what you expect, but that's not really a tagline to get you into the show. What would you say?
Um, don't judge a book by its cover. The anime.
Yeah, fully didn't expect that from that character in the anime.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like only with the 4 episodes in, I feel like they're wanting to set up a lot of um like romances, not just between the main characters,
I
but
mean, that's what I figured when I saw the poster for it. You see the 9
hmm
characters on the splash art,
right, right. I
and
mean, it's really hard to talk about this anime without spoiling it, right?
I mean, it's a given if you're listening to an anime review, you're gonna get spoiled on accident.
Right. Oh,
Like,
I mean, I'm trying. I'm not. I'm trying to give a broad definition of the anime. That's why
mhm.
I'm trying to do taglines. I don't want to give away any like specific spoilers, but I like if yeah, I totally know what you mean when you say like, if you're listening to an anime podcast, expect spoilers, right?
Yeah. So what I did want to say about this anime, it feels like uh, they're gonna have arcs just from the 4 episodes that I've seen. They're gonna have arcs based on the couples. So, for example, the first arc was the dude with the long hair and the girl with the brown hair.
Mhm.
Second arc, we're seeing the dude with the purple hair and his love interest. And then it looks like they're gonna switch to some of the other characters around, but still involving the other ones with them, but not as much. I
Mm,
don't think they would interact too much in the future. We'll see what they decide to do.
Um, I think they're just gonna stick with the two main characters and just have those other characters as like support characters because it's only a 13 episode anime, so I
Oh,
don't
is it?
see them really. Yeah, it's only 13. If it was 24, then yeah, I could see them jumping between
I
different
could
characters.
definitely see them jumping if it was 24.
Yeah, but with only a 13 episode, it's they're probably just gonna stick to the main characters. But overall, it's very good. I would definitely recommend this anime for anyone really like wanting to pick up something during the season. If you really like slice of life romance comedy, this is definitely down that alley. Uh, I think if man, there's so many good animes this season. I really can't choose.
Have you seen
But
Wonder Egg Priority yet?
I saw like the first episode. It just, I don't know why, but it just never. I get the premise of the anime. It just never stuck to me. It's like one of those animes that I kind of I'll watch and then you know those animes you'll watch and then you'll drop at around episode 4 or 5 when you
Oh,
kind of forget about them.
absolutely. Uh,
Yeah, if the, like yeah, it's amazing. It looks like they did a really good job on it. It just feels like it's just the story is just not good enough to get me hooked onto it. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's very heavy on trying to keep you just with the animation and the effects. Like the story is she's trying to get her friend back by killing some monsters, but you know, there's not really much explanation of anything so far, and it's already
Right,
3 episodes completed. Like by that
right.
time, I would want some explanation. What are these little monsters, maybe, or uh, what's happening to the people once they, fade away.
Right, right. Actually, on that note,
Hmm.
so we're currently what third or fourth episode into Kumodesu?
Right. The Spider Girl
Right,
anime.
right. I kind of feel like it's also going like it's an anime I probably won't drop. I'll probably finish it all the way through,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
it's having that same problem where I'm not getting any plot. I'm getting a bunch of action. I
Hmm.
enjoy the action, but at this point, I feel like there's really nothing else keeping me attached to the anime. You know what I mean?
Well, for me, I would think they're building up the spider so that she can become stronger. Like, for example, spoilers. Of course, episode 4, it was basically only her fighting other monsters, leveling up, like power leveling straight up, almost dying
It,
several times,
it's basically
learning
a
how to do
mini
new
tournament
things.
arc.
Yeah, it's a montage without the music.
Right, right.
But I think they're
Um,
trying to buff her up so she can be impressive in front of the humans once she meets up with them.
right. See, I would definitely would have to complain about this episode if it was only
Hmm.
a 12 or 13 episode. But this one's actually getting 24, so I guess they have spare episodes to kind of just play with. Um, but like the episode you're talking about is just the big fight with her versus like a bunch of monsters. Um, it did feel kind of lackluster because yeah, she got a couple levels and probably the next episode we're gonna see her go into her next phase or whatever. But it was just a big fight scene uh, with no real what do you call it? No real like payoff. You know what I mean? Like no real big part in the scene. It was
I
just
feel like
a
they
bunch
were
of
laying
fights.
the base for something important because if you notice at the end of the fight, she just straight up skipped evolving. I feel like that's going to
Right,
open up a different evolutionary path for her. Yeah, at least that's what, in a lot of isekais, the character does something special. Like,
right,
oh, this character has never done this before, so we're going to open up this path to him that never existed before. He
right,
accidentally
right,
stumbled
right.
upon being OP.
um, I just want to ask a real question. Like, what do you think about the 3D for this anime?
It's perfect. It really
It's good.
is. It's because
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
simple character. She doesn't have a lot of. She's just legs and a ball and some fangs and some eyes. That's it.
Um, I I really wanted to compare this to the crappy like okay
X arm.
3D
I heard the
3
word crappy.
so 3D can be crappy, but it's good if it's used in a good way. A good example of this is do you remember the last season of Overlord with the goblins, the goblin army?
Oh jeez.
Okay, you can't argue with me, but that 3D wasn't shit. It was horrible.
Yeah, they definitely copied and pasted all those models. It was super rush
Well,
job.
of course they copied those. There's so many goblins on the screen, but because of the scene, you know, like it kind of evened it out. It the scene was great. I really
Mhm.
liked the scene, and I know no one's gonna sit there and draw 1,000 goblins marching across the screen.
No,
Okay, it makes
absolutely
sense to
not.
make it in 3D. Yeah, time wise, it definitely makes sense to do it in 3D. That's kind of how I feel like for this anime. Like, yeah, the 3D is kind of crappy. I'm not saying her model is crappy, but
That's
you
true.
can't
Her model's
argue
not crappy, but the monkey monsters were definitely
it
crappy
was
looking.
garbage.
Yeah.
It was garbage. Yeah, let's just get it straight. It was pretty garbage.
Hey,
Uh,
even the elves in the Lord of the Ring movie look really bad when they CGI copy pasted the armies.
exactly, exact. Like that's what I was getting with is that like the situation wise, like the situation, like the last episode, they use so much 3D, but I could let them go with it because it's not a very serious anime. It's not one that you're looking to like, oh man, it's not Attack on Titan. You know what I mean? And
Definitely
I don't
not.
want to get yeah, I don't want to get too deep into Attack on Titan because I know there's people that haven't fully watched it all the way.
Mhm.
And it is definitely an anime that that you should put an investment in because it's a really good anime. And you're telling me that
Oh, it's
this
paying off
season,
tremendously this season.
yeah, I
Tremendously in dividends.
I think like for me, I felt like it almost felt it was one of those animes that kind of fell off the map because there was such a long gap between season one
Third
and season two.
season two wasn't what I wanted, but it was laying the
Hmm.
base for this season, which I'm grateful for in hindsight.
Right, right, right.
But jumping
Um,
back to comment that you made really quick, I just want to address. Speaking about bad CGI, a lot of people had a lot of critique for Attack on Titan, but they obviously didn't see other shows this season like XR, which were atrocious to the point where I couldn't even finish the first episode. It was that bad.
yeah, I like when an anime does 3D good, you
Hmm.
don't even know it's using 3D.
No,
I'm okay with Kumo Desu using 3D just because um situation wise it's cool and I no one's gonna like sit there and draw like 10,000 monkeys on the screen.
exactly,
Same thing
and
with the goblins.
it's like in a, it's not exactly pop team epic, but it has that sort of feel to it.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, I kind of want to get away from the Kumo real quick.
All right.
What other animes did you really enjoy this season?
Just season ones, right? The Oredaku Hairu Kakushi dungeon. It's the one about the kid that finds a secret dungeon to train in, and only he knows about it.
Oh,
In other words, in order for he basically knows everything, but he gets a headache every time he uses a skill that gives him
oh my
knowledge,
God,
and he
that
has to do
anime.
lewd
Okay.
stuff.
Oh God. Okay, sure. Okay, if you're gonna sell me, well, give me a quick tagline to sell me that anime.
Lewd to be OP, or it's OP to be lewd.
It's OP. Oh, that's a great. It's OP to be lewd.
It's OP to be lewd. I just thought about it.
Oh, that's a great tagline. Oh man, if I was gonna give it a tagline, I'd oh, oh man, this one's really hard. I don't know if I could think of a decent tagline. It's just such a like you know that there's like the seasonal harem anime. This is basically seasonal isekai, the seasonal harem anime.
It's like double for your money. Buy one get one free.
Yeah, like it's not an anime I would watch, but it's one that I would put in the background while doing something else.
Definitely. It's not, the story isn't super impressive. Oh yeah, he's gonna be the OP hero. You're just watching all the cool stuff he does and the stupid ways he solves his problems. Like his LP
Right,
system doesn't make too much sense. And spoiler alert, in episode 4, he completely caps his ability to make points, which bothered the hell out of me.
that there's a cap.
So he got a skill where the amount of loot stuff that occurred around him increased tremendously. He's like, oh, I gotta make my skill less effective so I get less points. Like he could have easily gotten all the points necessary if he just, kept a day or two letting loot stuff
Right,
happen around him because he was getting a lot, like 192 for, air blowing up skirts
right,
for
right,
multiple
right,
people. So he was getting like, say if there was 6 people and all their skirts explode up at the same time, he'd get about 200 points per in like a minute.
per.
Yeah, per air blow. Come on, dude.
I
Just stand in the town hall and let shit happen.
uh I think this anime would be hilarious if like the main character was like basically a min maxer.
Yeah, exactly. It would have
Yeah,
been much
yeah,
better if he was a min-maxer. Like he
yeah,
immediately stopped it from happening. He's like, "Why did you do that? You just lost a shit ton of points because he needs 10k points to get to, heal this curse off of a character."
right. I honestly I don't know why we're critiquing like the seasonal harem anime, whatever.
This is
It's a
important. This is the most important anime, more important than Attack on Titan, more important. important than Log Horizon.
Okay. Since you brought it up for Log Horizon,
Yeah,
um, I do you like where it's going?
he Log Horizon's definitely one of those animes that is better to marathon.
It's I 1 billion% agree because like so
It's
how
too
many years
agonizing waiting between episodes week by week, and it takes
right,
like 3 episodes to set up the start of something.
right. So my gripe about this is that how long has it been between
Wasn't it
um
like 5 or 4 years? Just because the
has it? Is it
author
that long?
got busted for tax evasion or something like that?
Well, yeah, definitely. It has it been that long
It
though?
just
Is
definitely has been an extremely long time. If you want, I could look it up right now.
Yeah, yeah. Let me
Log
get a
Horizon Season 2.
yeah. When did this come out? Let
2015,
me.
6 years
Okay,
ago.
so 6 years ago. Okay, so my gripe about this is that um
Actually, it started in 2014, ended 2015.
okay, so the winter of
Hmm.
um my gripe is that they started the new episodes off with a bunch of explanation that kind of goes right through my head because it's been so long since the last season. Um and the thing about this is that it goes on for about 3 episodes where they're just talking and there's really no action, and it really turns me over because this season is only 12 episodes, and the first 4 episodes is just a bunch of rambling about politics. And I'm it's for people who are really dedicated to the first and second season.
Yeah,
But after that, it just it this it's feeling like it's feeling like an anime like I'm forced to watch instead of I'm enjoying to watch. You know what I mean?
absolutely. It's a little bit more extreme than Attack on Titan because there's a lot more. There's like no action that happens in the show. You're watching the show for the
Right.
cool stuff that Shiro does, and he always has to have a long setup for everything that he does.
Yeah, it's basically set up the anime.
Yeah.
It's basically Death Note minus the death.
Wow, there's death.
I mean, I'm like they come back to life like the regular players. I know the people of land can die, but I'm just
Well, they all
like
disappeared, right? Would you not consider that a form of death, maybe?
no, 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 no. Okay, so if you remember back
Hmm.
in season two, uh, so currently right now they're trying to find Krusty, but they don't know what happened to him. If you go back to the second season, I think he was transported to the moon or something like that. If I recall,
They
he was
made it sound like
transported
he
to.
went to another continent.
I think yeah, he definitely went to a different, like he was transported somewhere different. That's all I remember. Um, and I think they're trying to get in they're trying to get in contact with him, and they're trying to figure out where all these people are going. But what I want to know is like, where's the plot? There's really no like between season one and season two, the plot was to like reunite the people in the town, and try to set up like a system, and the payoff for that was amazing. Like it started like, do you know the story of like the guy who traded like a paper clip and then he traded all the way up to a house or
Yeah,
whatever?
he had at one point he had a Bronco.
Right. I don't
It
remember the
was on
full story of that, but
Craigslist.
right. So it's kind of like that where he started out like selling burgers, and he made it all the way up to owning like the guild building for the town.
Hmm.
That's my enjoyment for that, seasonal, or for that first and second season, that build up. Everything else in Log Horizon, I just kind of forgot. Same thing with the third season. It's like I don't even remember what they were talking about. I just watched it and I don't remember what they're talking
But right
about.
now, like we finally understand what he's going to do. He's trying to form a government, like because they're holding
Right,
elections with a princess, and
right,
she has actual political power. So if they elect her, it'll actually affect the area. Whereas if
right.
they just
It
affected a player, it wouldn't really do anything, I don't think.
Right. Do you like the I kind of like it. I kind of like where they're going with it. It's just that
It's not
it's
super exciting.
it's not.
Not the
It's
most
12
exciting thing.
episodes. It's 12 episodes. We're 4 episodes in. and it doesn't. I kind of want to see some payoff. So,
I
uh,
don't think it's gonna
well,
be that big of a payoff. I really don't.
well,
Hopefully, episode 12 offers something tasty, but I don't
yeah.
think.
Well, if something happens, we'll bring it up again.
Yeah.
But besides that, any other animes from this season you really enjoy?
So we already went uh, more isekai type anime. I wouldn't exactly call this an isekai or a isekai picnic. Is have you seen that one?
Let me look it up. No, actually, this is one of the ones I haven't watched it
So I
yet.
would
So yeah.
definitely recommend watching this. Basically, they wake up in this world with these monsters floating around. Uh, Spoilers, of course. If you look at the monsters directly, you something happens to you. I know, like your eyes start to get covered with some blue substance, and eventually you die or go crazy, something like
Oh,
that.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I did watch the first episode of
Okay,
this
yeah.
anime.
And if you look at it, you could shoot it, but you kind of have
This
to like
is
charge a look meter to where the effectiveness increases the longer you do it. But you have to cut it off at just the right time.
this anime actually it feels like the same time. It was so similar to like Wonder Egg Priority.
Oh
I
yeah, I
I
kind
kind
of
of
got that, but it makes more sense because
yeah.
they're trying to explain stuff more. The first one doesn't really have a plot.
Right, right, right. Um, I it feels like another one of those just generic animes to me. I don't know if I would really watch it, but I'll probably see if I'll probably go 4 episodes and see if I actually like it. But
I really like
overall,
it. It
it's
reminds me of Silent Hill.
really,
Yeah, it
huh?
does. Probably because they have
I'll I'll
guns and it's
I'll
girls.
probably give I'll probably give it a couple episodes. I mean, guns and girls aren't like a new thing. It's
No, it's not. But just the way that, oh, we gotta, they don't do it in a cute way. They're doing it like we
yeah,
gotta find our friends or else, they're probably dead
right,
forever. And maybe they
right.
morphed into the monsters or something like that, where they're trying to figure out what the hell this area is. It's all mysterious.
Right. Yeah. I I don't know. I'll probably watch a couple episodes see if I like it or not. It's kind of 50-50 for me right now. If I was if like honestly, tell me, are you gonna keep up with it? Like,
Oh,
is
absolutely.
it one that really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I marathoned it. Like I didn't watch it for 3 weeks and then I picked it up. And I'm like, I'm hooked.
If you're like it, then I'll give it a try. But just from the first episode, it nothing really it didn't really stand out to me. It was good, but it didn't really stand out to me.
Yeah.
Um, I know. Okay, so I know definitely you really like Tatoeba Last Dungeon, which is an amazing anime. It's such an amazing anime.
Yeah. It
It's
feels like a
uh
movie.
yeah. Usually when you think about um like OP characters, it's like, oh, it's just another OP character anime. But this one, it actually does it very well.
Oh
Um
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like usually when you think OP characters, you be like, oh, it's just yeah, another OP character anime. They're gonna do some like what was the one last season? Did you watch the Demon Lord one?
That's a little generic of a description.
The one where he throws a castle.
Oh my god, yeah, I did watch that. I watched that
Yeah,
all of it.
I think I stopped kind of like at episode 4 just because it was getting super generic. It was like it turned from like crazy OP character to like more generic harem type ish anime. I'm like, okay,
I wouldn't
well, you
call
seen
it a
one, you seen more.
harem, but it's basically something a kid in middle school would think up of in his journal.
Right.
That's
It's
basically
very
what I thought about it. Middle
right.
school author, the anime.
Oh, I actually, I really did like the first couple episodes for it, and if I binge watched it, I probably would have finished it. But
Yeah,
like
it's
going
okay.
seasonal
It's
through
it's
seasonal,
you're
yeah,
not missing anything special.
yeah. But I would 100% recommend Tatoeba Last Dungeon, just because like okay, so the female characters they're a bit crazy, but that's fine, uh, because you can't have
Spice
the same
is the variety of
it,
life,
it's
or variety is the spice of life, as they say.
you're right. Like you kind of see like one female character, you kind of see them all. But this one actually like mixes up a bit, so I'm fine with that. But I just really like the backstory of this.
Well, I mean, they actually feel like characters, not like girl put in there. Like I don't feel the author made them female just to make him a harem. I just feel like he made a decision to make them female just,
You know what? The Out of all the supporting characters, the female characters aren't even that important for supporting characters.
I
Um,
I feel
the
like
first,
them being
go ahead.
female doesn't matter. Is what I wanted to say. They're just people.
Right. I'm the first supporting character I really enjoyed was the shop owner or the tavern owner.
The one that hires him
Like
to cook food.
he straight up just first like he start just went straight up to attack him because he felt his presence,
Hmm.
and the kid's like, and then every time he's like, I just want a job, and he's like, okay, yeah, and he tests him to see if he's like good at cooking, and like every time he's cooking something, he's like, oh, he's gonna poison it, he's gonna try to kill me, but no, overall it's really funny because he was like, oh, he just straight up just wants to work here.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if everybody in his town can cook as good as him, or almost to that
I'm
point.
sure.
It's kind of funny
I'm
because even
sure.
his cooking skill is overpowered.
Um, like okay, so just a quick summary of the anime because like this anime it feels like one of those animes that's just gonna drift under the radar and no one's really gonna watch it, but I really do recommend it. It's about a kid that comes from this town, and this town is basically the last living place uh of adventures that like it's adventures that like maxed out. They're maxed out stats.
Hmm.
And he comes from this town and he doesn't really know
It's like
that
where all the old
all
people go to Florida to vacation or retire to, where all the heroes of times past go to live out the rest of
where all
their
the
life.
multimillionaires go.
Exactly.
Right. I it's not it, like when you say old people of Florida, no, I'm thinking like really crappy and decrepit. No, like all these people here, they've maxed out. They literally maxed everything out.
They're
So
basically in the
he's
Hamptons.
basically he's basically been trained by all these people throughout his whole life, and the thing about this is that he doesn't have a measurement because of all these OP people around him. He doesn't have a measurement of what normal is. So whenever he moves to a regular town and people ask him like, can you do this, can you do that, he's like, yeah, but I'm not very good at it. And then he just ends up blowing everything away, I think, which is hilarious.
Yeah, he's like when advanced level math student goes to on level math. He's like, "What are you guys talking about? This isn't so hard."
It's just it's purely just a really good anime. I really enjoy it.
Yeah,
It's it's one where you can kind of really enjoy while you're also doing something else. I
I wouldn't say
like
that for
these
this one.
I could definitely watch this while doing something else, but it's one where you do want to keep your attention on because it has really funny moments.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just there's definitely gonna be a juicy moment payoff at some point.
Oh
I
yeah,
really do not want to miss that.
right. There's so many good animes this season. Is there any other ones you want to talk about?
Did you see X Arm at all?
No, I like okay, you're telling me how bad it is, so I was like,
Ah, yes.
why do I even want to watch how bad X Arm is?
So one of the things is that they really misuse 3D like completely. They have several scenes where they'll have one non-moving 2D character next to 3D one, and then the 3D character, for example, walks away. Like, just make both of them 2D. Why did you draw one of them and make the main character 3D? It doesn't make sense. Usually, you put the detail on the main character, not the side character that's gonna disappear after the scene.
Right.
It's just, I don't
Well,
know. It like really I can't
it
complain
rubbed you the
about
wrong
Attack
way.
on Titan ever after watching that anime. It's super bad.
Okay. So I'm looking up this anime
Hmm.
on the chart, and it's currently okay. So most bad animes they're like between 40 and 50, right?
Right?
This one's at 22%. Oh my
I told you it was bad.
oh my goodness, it's so bad.
Dude, why is
I
Last
I
Dungeon at 67%? What the fuck? I'd give that like a 75 at least. 76,
it's because
solid 76.
you know what I'm surprised is up there is like we talked about it, but Horiyama's really high up there, huh?
It's really good.
it is a very it
And
is a
these
very
are
good anime.
the ratings on any chart, by the way, if you're
Yeah,
wondering
yeah,
at
yeah.
home.
Yeah, I kind of want to talk about Mushoku Tensei, but honestly, it's a really good isekai. It's not one we need to recommend. It's just overall very good anime.
There's one thing I wanted to revisit about Tatoeba Last Dungeon anime. What would be the tagline you would give it?
Uh, uh, ooh, uh, let me think. Um, let's see. New player joining a D&D game. The anime, except they rolled maxed on everything.
You know, I would say it's One Punch Man, but he doesn't know he's One Punch Man. He comes from a village of One Punch Mans. All right, moving on. What's the next anime that you saw that sparked your interest?
uh oh, I mean, I feel like we talked about. Okay, so I guess the last one I really do want to talk about is Jakuchara.
Oh God,
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's basically an anime about um trying to make friends. It's basically a make friends the anime. I like
it's
I know
let's make
there's
these otakus realize how good life is. The anime.
it's min max your life the anime.
Yeah, basically treated like a video game. The anime.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really don't have much to say about it. It's a good anime. I can't lie that it's a good. I'm really enjoying it, but overall, I don't really have much to say about it currently in like 3 or 4 episodes. I don't remember which episode I'm on.
hmm
Um, but overall, I really do like the anime.
I'm definitely on episode 4. So just to give basic background of the anime, this let's call the game Smash Brothers because that's what it is. Uh,
It's Smash
yeah,
Brothers.
he's like the best regional Smash Brothers player. He's just complete, just goes to school, does his homework, goes home, plays Super Smash Brothers only till he has to go to sleep day in, day out. Doesn't want to talk to people or anything like that until one day the second best Smash player contacts him and listen, hey man, want to meet up? No fellow Smash players? And then it turns out it's somebody he knows very well, and the person is disappointed in the main character. And the whole series
Um,
is basically,
well, you skipped out the second best
well, I wasn't trying
Smash
to
player.
spoil who it was.
Well, you kind of lose a little bit of the summary without it, but it's basically the person he knows is basically a girl in his class. It's basically the first episode. So I wouldn't say it's a big spoiler,
I guess.
because that's the setup. That's the setup is that the second best player
hmm
is a female in his class that he kind of he kind of doesn't know, but then they kind of meet up. They talk about life for a little bit and how he's jealous at her because she's not only pretty, she has like a life that just doesn't involve video game. And the reason that is because she tells him straight up like the reason why I have such a good life is because I
Effort.
made it for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's through effort. You know, it's not just dropped onto my lap. So the whole premise of the anime is like, hey, okay, you're good at this. You're good at this game, but now correlate it into real life. Take what you learned from the game and move it up to real life. So she gives him like little mini games. Like today, I want you to talk to 2 girls, 3 girls, maybe talk to people that you don't know. Do some interaction, maybe invite them to do something or
She's like his
uh,
Clippy in real life.
it's basically she's basically his personal trainer except trying to make friends.
Yeah, life coach.
Y- Yeah, his life coach. That's really all I really want to say about the anime without giving too much away.
There's not too much to give
Um,
away, but
yeah, it's really not too much anime.
it's not super. It hasn't shown us what it can fully do. It hasn't had that. It's been very,
Right,
just normal. It's a sandwich.
right, all right. I think that's pretty much about it. I really have for this season. We really talked about everything for this season. I know there's a couple like second season animes like
hmm
Slime, Doctor Stone. We already know people who like that they're watching our race, so we don't really need to talk about it.
Mhm.
Anything outside that kind of space you want to talk about?
So I'm definitely gonna skip all the idol animes. I'm also going to skip, uh, probably skip Kimono Jihen. I don't really
Right.
care for it too much. Uh, I would definitely recommend. I noticed we skipped. What was it? Kaibio Ramune is about a mysterious disease detective. It's more of a gag anime. I absolutely recommend it.
I haven't watched it yet, but I it's definitely on my list. Um,
It definitely feels
100%.
like they're trying to. Uh, First episode, I thought it was gonna be towards uh, yokai watch type of audience, like little kids. Second episode,
Hmm.
absolute opposite.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'll definitely give it a
it's
watch.
it's
Um,
not something you see around people that don't watch anime.
right. Definitely watch Eurocamp season 2.
Oh,
Good
I
anime.
have not even seen the first season. I don't want to see any
it's
MOA
it's it's a
anime.
really it's one of those animes where I want to say like it's a good background anime, but it's not a background anime. It's a good one. It's a good it's a good moe comfy outdoor camping anime. It's really enjoyable. It's not for everyone, but it's a good one if you have nothing to watch and you just want to have something in the background for noise.
Perfect
Um
for putting your legs under the kotatsu and
oh
watching it
damn,
with some
it's
mandarin oranges on a cold
putting your
day.
legs beneath the
There we
kotatsu.
go. And that's the first episode. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean that's basically. I don't think we have anything else to talk
Not
about.
really. That is a good spot to end it at.
Really? Yeah, yeah, that's a great spot to end. All right, we'll catch you. We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.